In this lecture, we will focus on allocation, tagging, metadata, and shared costs. This is one of the most practical topics in FinOps because it connects cloud spend to ownership. Cost visibility is not very useful if nobody knows who owns the cost. If a cloud bill shows one large number for a shared platform, it may create awareness, but it does not create accountability. Allocation is the process of mapping costs back to the people, teams, products, services, applications, or business units that influence or consume those costs. We will continue with CloudShop. CloudShop has a shared Kubernetes cluster that supports multiple product teams. Without labels, namespace mapping, or allocation rules, the entire cluster may look like one platform cost. With better metadata and allocation rules, product teams can see the cost of the workloads they influence. Allocation matters because it changes the conversation from a general complaint to a specific decision. When cost is unallocated, a report might simply show that the cloud bill went up. That may create concern, but it does not tell anyone what to do. When cost is allocated, the conversation becomes more useful. For example, Product A database cost increased after Release 2.4. Now the organization can identify the product owner, the engineering team, the release timing, and the business context. This does not mean blaming the team. It means making the cost visible where the decisions are made. Good allocation supports better forecasting, optimization, showback, chargeback, product decisions, and architecture discussions. Poor allocation leads to generic reporting and weak accountability. A common mistake is thinking allocation is the same thing as tagging. Tags are important, but allocation often uses several layers of metadata. The first layer is structure. Cloud accounts, subscriptions, projects, folders, resource groups, and billing hierarchy can already tell you something about ownership. For example, an account may belong to one product or environment. The second layer is tags and labels. These can identify application, owner, environment, cost center, product, team, project, or service. The third layer is business mapping. This might come from a CMDB, service catalog, finance cost center table, product hierarchy, or portfolio mapping. A practical allocation strategy combines the available metadata into a model people trust. That model should be documented, governed, and improved over time. Shared costs are common in cloud environments. Examples include network egress, shared Kubernetes clusters, observability tools, security tooling, support charges, platform services, and shared databases. These costs may not belong to one team cleanly. That is why shared costs need clear rules. Some costs can be allocated by direct usage. Others may be split by percentage, request volume, revenue share, headcount, namespace usage, or an agreed business rule. The best rule depends on the available data and the decision the organization needs to support. At the crawl stage, an allocation rule may not be perfect. That is acceptable. It should still be explainable, consistent, and transparent. Over time, the organization can improve the rule as data quality improves. Tagging governance should be practical. A simple standard that people actually follow is better than a large, complex standard that nobody can maintain. For a beginner-friendly FinOps program, required tags often include owner, application or service, environment, cost center, and product or business unit. Your organization may use different names, but the purpose is the same: identify ownership and decision context. Controls may include naming standards, infrastructure as code templates, cloud policies, automated checks, exception processes, and cleanup workflows. But the key is not just having a tag policy. The key is measuring whether it works. Track unallocated cost, missing tags, invalid tag values, and areas where teams need support. In the CloudShop example, one shared Kubernetes cluster supports multiple applications. At first, the bill appears as one platform cost. Product teams cannot see their portion, and the platform team is left explaining the entire bill. CloudShop improves this by adding namespace labels, application mapping, team owner information, environment tags, and a documented shared platform allocation rule. This does not make the allocation perfect, but it makes it much more useful. After the change, product teams can see their allocated workload cost, their share of platform cost, and the actions they can influence. This creates better conversations between platform engineering, product teams, finance, and leadership. The key takeaway is that allocation creates ownership, not blame. Good allocation helps teams understand the costs they influence, the shared costs they consume, and the business decisions connected to those costs. Do not rely on tags alone. Use account structure, resource hierarchy, tags, labels, telemetry, and business mappings together. For shared costs, choose a rule that is explainable and useful, then improve it over time. Your action step is to use the tagging and allocation template. Define the metadata fields you need, which fields are required, who owns them, how shared costs are allocated, and how you will review quality. In the next lecture, we will turn allocated data into useful reporting and dashboards. That wraps up this lesson. Before you move on, take a moment to think about how this FinOps concept applies to your own cloud environment, team, or certification study plan. If you want the full structured course, check out my Udemy course, FinOps Certified Practitioner, FOCP Fundamentals Prep. Use the course link in the description for the best price. The course walks through the FinOps Framework, key concepts, practical cloud cost management scenarios, and study guidance to help you prepare for the FinOps Certified Practitioner exam with more clarity and confidence. Thanks for watching, and best wishes on your FinOps learning and certification journey.